Hi, folks, and welcome to today's episode. I believe this is episode 7, all right, because it is the 7th day, so it is episode 7. Before we get into today's episode, I just want to take a real quick minute and say thank you for subscribing to the channel. Super appreciate you guys liking the videos and subscribing to the channel. Really helps a lot. Appreciate all your support. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into today's video. Alright guys, so episode 7. This episode is going to be talking about Narc Society. And in case you don't know, narc is a slang term for narcissist. Okay? And we're going to be talking about the Narcissist Society of America. Okay? Because in my opinion, America is a narc society. We are filled with narcissists. We're filled with a bunch of bad people, to be quite frank with you. Narcissists are bad people. And for full disclosure, guys, I don't think people are inherently good or bad. Okay? I think people are tuned in to whatever, it's like basically we're like computers, okay? And the operating system could either be empathic or narcissistic. All right? And this all goes back to the Bible. Jesus was an empath, and the Pharisees at the time were narcissists. Okay? So, and that's what the battle has always been, is empath versus narcissist. Okay? The empath wants to be left alone. The empath wants to live a peaceful, quiet life. And the narcissist wants to prey upon empaths. A narcissist cannot live a peaceful life. A narcissist cannot live a quiet life. A narcissist cannot leave people alone. A narcissist has to always be provoking people. A narcissist always has to be provoking and preying upon people. All right, so that's what we're about to talk into, is that America is a narc society. Okay, it is turning people into narcissists. What would otherwise be good people in a better society, they are being turned into narcissists. And I do blame the culture of America for doing this. Okay, it could be other factors, but what we're going to be talking about is the society and the culture. Okay, it's the Kim Kardashians. All right, it's the who's another degenerate? Like Pete Davidson, right? And it's not crazy that those two people hook up and date each other, right? They have a lot in common. They're both attention whores. They're both narcissists. All right. This is the problem with America, is that bad people are being glorified and elevated, and good people are being discarded. All right. Also, like Post Malone. And you might say, Chris, don't pick on Post Malone. It's like, hey, listen, he's super rich, super famous. He can handle a little bit of criticism. And I'm not necessarily saying he's a good or a bad person, but those tattoos, come on, man. What's with all those tattoos? But see, someone like that is going to be promoted. All right, there are people who are just as talented as Post Malone, but they produce Christian music. How come they don't get glorified? Well, why do you think? There's people who sound like Post Malone, but they don't have all those, wicked tattoos. They don't get promoted. All right? There's a lot of good musicians that don't get promoted. All right? So you got to start wondering this, guys. All right? Why are they only promoting people with horrible lyrics? I've been popping pillies. Man, I feel just like a rock star. Fucking porn stars, it's like all this kind of language. Okay, and that's coming from Post Malone. You know what I mean? Popping pillies, right? It's like, why is this kind of music being glorified? Now, is the guy capable of making better lyrics? Of course he is. All right? But ironically, okay, and see, the thing is with this satanic culture is that if Post Malone started making music with better lyrics, they wouldn't push that as much. They only push the bad. All right? Seriously, it just is what it is, guys. And not to pick on him, let's pick on someone else, right? Like Kim Kardashian, okay? You know, it's like narcissist, right? Shopaholic, just attention, and you know what I mean? It's like there's nothing good. Pete Davidson too, tons of tattoos, like drug addict, whatever. You know, it's like why does our society obsess over people like that? All right. Because here's the thing, guys. Whatever is promoted is what gets duplicated. Kind of reminds me of the early 2000s, like the TV show Jackass, right? They have a disclaimer that comes up and says, "Warning, do not attempt this at home." It's like, okay, like, is that really going to work? You tell people, like, they show people getting pushed around in shopping carts, jumping off roofs, skateboarding, doing all kinds of crazy stunts, right? And then they have a little tiny 10-second warning that says, "Warning, do not try this at home." It's like, listen, of course they're going to try this at home. Of course they are. Okay? I know I'm kind of jumping around a lot in this episode, but I think, you either understand what I'm talking about or you don't. All right? Just because you have a quick warning that says, "Warning, do not try this at home," you just showed 30 minutes of how cool it is, right? It's like you show 30 minutes of how cool it is and how popular it is, but then a quick little warning, don't do this at home. It's like, dude, they're going to ignore the warning and they're going to do the thing that you're glorifying. All right? So this is what I'm talking about, man. It's everywhere. It's the tattoos. It's the satanic lyrics. Okay, like little Uzi Vert, little Nas X. Okay, terrible lyrics, terrible imagery. I mean, just go watch their music videos, guys. And there's going to be people who disagree. And they're going to say, "Nah, man, it's all fine." It's not all fine. All right? If everything in our culture was fine, the people would be getting better. The people are not getting better. The people are getting worse. Okay? Seriously. And it's the culture. It's the violent video games. I know that's going to trigger some of you. "Chris, it's not the violent video games." Of course it is, guys. Of course it is, because it's the violent imagery. Okay? Now, it's not just violent imagery. You're controlling the violence. You move the joystick to the left, and the character moves to the left. You pull the trigger, and the character shoots the gun. Okay? Violent video games are bad for society. All right? Doesn't mean just because you play a video game that you're going to become violent and whatever. But guys, what does the Bible tell you? It tells you it's be very mindful of what you let enter your mind, okay, and what you let enter your brain, okay. And if you're popping people in the head, shooting them, blowing people up, disgusting imagery, okay, that is going to be swirling around in your mind. Okay, and it's going to reverberate throughout your psyche. Okay, when you're sleeping, you might have a violent dream. Okay, because your brain does not understand the difference between, fake imagery and real imagery. Okay, it just doesn't, right? Some of these video games nowadays are so realistic, it looks pretty close to real life. And those satanic images of blood, violence, gore, shooting people, doing all that stuff, that is going to affect your brain. It is. It 100% is, guys. And ultimately, what is the result of all this imagery of the Kim Kardashians, the Pete Davidsons, the Post Malone, okay, the little Uzi Vert, the little Nas X, okay? What is the combination of all this stuff. Okay, I'm gonna tie it all together now. Basically, it's turning people into narcissists, right? Even even the video game characters, you can unlock new skins for your weapons and customize your character and put tattoos on your character in the video game. Guys, people are putting tattoos on themselves more now than ever. And you might say, well, Chris, don't judge people. Just because they have, you know, face tattoos and neck tattoos, it doesn't mean they're a bad person. I disagree, folks. I think tattoos are demonic. I think it's a terrible sign. All right? Seriously. And it's not just the tattoos, it's the disrespectful attitude that goes with the tattoos. It's the ungratefulness that goes along with the tattoos. It's the pride. It's the ego. Okay? It's the selfishness. These all go along with the tattoo. Now, I really have no interest in debating which came first, the disrespectful attitude or the neck tattoo. All I know is that they're highly correlated. Okay? They just are. I mean, what do you want me to say, guys? You know, and this is one of those videos where you either get it or you don't. I can't even really explain this to you, even though I'm kind of trying to explain it. The truth of the matter is, you either realize society is getting better, or you can't see it. All right? But basically, society is becoming worse. Society is becoming more violent, selfish than ever. And you can see this anywhere you look. You're on the road, people drive fast, drive loud, cut you off, okay, honk at you for any little thing, all right? It's just narcissism, right? You turn into their lane and they drive past you and honk, right? You know, it's just narc behavior, all right? Everywhere you look, guys, narc behavior, all right? So, I think I've spent enough time discussing that, and you either get it or you don't. But the next thing that we're going to talk about is what you should do about this, okay? Because if you're watching this video, you are most likely a good person, a Christian person. You're a person who wants to do better for themselves. You're a person who wants to improve their life, okay? And like I always tell you guys, only a good person wants to improve themselves. Bad people, they don't care. They just assume they're good, or they don't care if they're good, and they just keep on sinning. But if you're a good person, you're going to try and be a better person. All right? So one thing you guys need to remember is that bad people are attracted to you. Okay? This is one of the core things I talk about. Narcs are attracted to empaths. And I would say vice versa as well. Okay? Empathetic people are attracted to narcissists. And the reason why is because we need each other. Okay? The narc is in desperate need of love and attention. And an empath is full of love and full of sincerity and whatnot. And these are all the things that a narc craves. So just understand that you as a good person are going to attract narcissists. I know. Okay? It sucks, guys. It sucks. You know, but we do. We naturally attract narcissists. Okay? And the reason why is because we have everything they need. We have the love and the sincerity that they don't ever have. Okay? But likewise, we're attracted to narcs. Okay? Because they need help and we want to help. Alright? So, here's the thing, guys. Be careful, though. Be on the lookout of who's a narcissist. Okay? Because we're naturally attracted to them, and naturally they are attracted to us. But you must keep your guard up, and in my opinion, I wouldn't really show them any kind of kindness or love. And the reason you don't want to show a narc love and kindness is because you need to understand something. A narcissist is a predator. Alright? A narcissist is a predator. And a predator will always mistake kindness for weakness. Always. Let me repeat that. A narcissist is a predator, and a predator will always mistake kindness as weakness. Always. Okay? An empath will recognize kindness as kindness. A narcissist will misinterpret kindness as weakness. A narcissist has okay, let's just, for example, if you invite someone over to your home, okay, and you let them sleep in the guest room, okay, and you have nice things in there or whatever, okay, an empath will recognize that as someone else who's an empath. Like, that's very kind of them to open up their home to me and to trust me and to let them stay in the guest room. That's very nice of them. They're very kind, good people. Okay? They understand that. A narcissist will see that as weakness. A narcissist will look at that and say, man, these people don't even know me. They don't even know me. They don't even know that I'm a piece of crap. They don't even know me, and they just open up their home to me and let me sleep in the guest room, and they have like money and jewelry on the counter. You know, like how weak, how foolish these people are. I'm gonna rob them because they're so stupid. You know, like that's how a narc thinks. They think like, wow, they just leave their jewelry out. You know, they just let anybody into their home and let them and give them an opportunity to steal from them. How weak. You know, it's sad. But remember, guys, narcissists have the same thought patterns as the devil. The devil thought the same thing. The devil was a narcissist. Satan is a narcissist. Okay? Wants to control. Wants to be like God. Jealous of God. Wants to be something other than what he is. Mistakes kindness for weakness. Okay? This is the mind of Satan. Okay? And in the Bible, when Jesus talks about being as wise as a serpent and as harmless as a dove, he's talking about understanding the narcissist predator mindset. Okay? To understand it, to understand the thought patterns, but ultimately not to be like them. Does that make sense, guys? To understand that a narc views kindness as weakness. Okay? To understand that, but not to engage in the same behavior. Alright? It's sad, but it's true, guys. If you show kindness to the wrong person, they will think you're weak. They will. If you tell people about your insecurities and your vulnerabilities, the wrong person will use that against you. Okay? You know, if you tell a narcissist, yeah, I used to be an alcoholic, that narcissist will use that information to spread a rumor about you. Oh yeah, did you know that Johnny used to be an alcoholic? Oh yeah, he's an alcoholic. Yeah, I heard he was an alcoholic. They will use anything you say to them against you, which is why you want to keep your distance away from a narc, okay? You want to stay away from them, cut them off completely, and you do attract them. This is the bad thing, guys, but you attract the narc more than any other type of person. Okay? Narcs will hang out with each other, just like Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian do. They hang out with each other, but ultimately, they are eventually going to seek out more empathic people. Okay? Because they're too smart to fall for each other's games. Alright? And in my opinion, this is part of the reason Pete Davidson goes on to chick after chick after chick. He's running through these empathic people, okay, running through them, all right, and taking from them, you know, basically kind of corrupting them in a certain sense, because that's what a narc likes to do. A narc likes to corrupt people, just like the devil, guys. The devil is a predator, okay? Predators are narcissists. It's the same type of behavior, right? So, unfortunately, in America, I feel like a lot of things are turning average people into narcissists. The average person is getting a tattoo. The average person is driving like a maniac on the road. The average person is, you know, trying to be something they're not, right? It's just so sad. But basically, you as a chosen person, you as a Christian, you as an empath, you as a good person, you need to be aware of what society is becoming and where society is heading. And most people are becoming narcissists. Most people are becoming predators, which in my opinion, you need to keep your circle of trust, okay, small. Keep the circle of friends that you have small and tight. All right. Be very vigilant. Look for signs of narcissism from people. Okay. Um, and you as a Christian or you as an empath, okay, you probably don't have tattoos. Guess what, folks? In my opinion, you should not be hanging out with people who do have tattoos. I'm serious, guys. Them marking their bodies is a sign for you. Everything in this world is a sign of something else. And somebody that has tattoos, especially, tattoos of money, satanic tattoos, dragons, a tattoo of a snake. Guys, if that's not a warning for you, I don't know what is. All right? Seriously, though, if you don't have tattoos, in my opinion, you should not be hanging out with people who do have tattoos. Straight up. I'm serious. I mean, hey, guys, I'm going to keep it straight. Right? It's like, if you're not tattooed, why would you hang out with someone that has demonic, tattoos? Because most tattoos, let's be honest, most tattoos are demonic, right? It's like a spider, it's like a skull, okay? Like a snake, a scorpion, right? Should you really be hanging out with people that have those kind of tattoos? In my opinion, probably not, okay? So, but that's the kind of tattoos everybody's getting, right? Like all these kind of predatory creatures, like lions, okay? Predatory animals, okay? My opinion, guys, most of society is bad, so probably not a bad thing to avoid most of society in today's world. That includes concerts, festivals, bars, clubs, okay? Why even go to these places? It's where all the predators go. Society continues to become more predatorial and more narcissistic. So, in my opinion, keep that circle small. Examine who's in your friendship group. Okay, know which one of your friends have tattoos. What kind of tattoos do they have? What kind of an attitude do they have? What kind of music do they listen to? Everything is a sign of something else. Okay? But if someone's listening to terrible lyrics, if someone has satanic tattoos, they look up to narcissistic celebrities, okay? They probably don't have the cleanest spirit. All right? So I know this was kind of all over the place as far as an episode goes, but seriously, guys, I just see horrible things in our society, and you probably do as well, okay? Everything from the demonic video games to the narcissist celebrities to the satanic tattoos that everybody seems to be getting and the terrible lyrics, okay? Seriously, guys, be on the lookout, be vigilant, keep your circle of trust very small, test the people around you, okay? Be very careful of what information you give out to people, because a narcissist is just like a cop. Anything you say to them will be used against you eventually. All right? So, with that being said, guys, stay empathic. Be very vigilant. Be as wise as a serpent and as harmless as a dove. Okay? Just like the Bible tells you. So, with that being said, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching the video, and like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.